Hey guys, Marcel here. Welcome back to my kitchen. Guys, it's been a little while since I've been able to hop on and check in with everybody. So even though I've got some other posts planned that are in the works, I decided to share what I'm up to today, and I'm going to be trying a recipe for the first time. This is a recipe that caught my eye a while ago on, believe it or not, a container of oatmeal, and today is the day. I'm going to try and make this. So I'm going to show you the original recipe on the container, and then I'm going to tell you how I already know I'm going to change it. So anyhow, recipe of first impression for all of us involved here today. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys, so here is the box with the inspirational recipe on the back. We always have quick oats and old-fashioned oats in our pantry. I mean, always. They are a big ticket item here in my house. We love us some oatmeal. So here is the recipe, what they're calling protein applesauce muffins. Pull this in a little closer here. Let's see. What do we need? 2 cups of quick oats, which we have. A measure of walnut pieces, which I don't have walnut, but I have pecans, so that's one way I'm going to change this. Some protein powder, vanilla flavored protein powder, which I have in my pantry. Ground cinnamon, unsweetened applesauce, check, we've got that. And then, let's see, they're calling for a measure of brown sugar blend sweetener. I'm just going to use actual brown sugar instead of a brown sugar flavored sweetener, and then whole wheat all-purpose mix. I'm just going to use some self-rising flour here instead of that, and then egg whites. I'm just going to use a whole egg or 2 depending on what it feels like we need, and then half a cup of protein powder. That seems like a lot to me. I mean, I just feel like too much protein powder is going to make this taste a little funky. So I'm definitely going to reduce that to some degree. But all right, so here is the challenge. Let's see how it turns out. We're going to jump right into this. I'm going to gather some things, and then we're going to start cooking. I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven. And all right, we're going to get this party started. Okay, so first step first, it has us actually, I raised the temperature on my oven to 400. It's not gonna be backwards, is it? So it has, actually first step, it has us toasting the oats and the nuts. So got my cooking sheet here. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. This is how I felt for the last month, guys, just like absolutely crazy. So got an open package of pecan pieces here. I probably have just enough. Oh, half a cup, definitely have that. Okay, so I'm gonna get this on the baking sheet. It says to grease the baking sheet to toast them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it dry, and we're gonna keep an eye on these things. So all right, here's 2 cups oats. Okay, guys, so here are the toasted oats and pecans at 5 minutes. I'm just giving them a little stir around, and we're gonna put them back in there for the remaining 5. All right, and back in the oven they go. All right, so here are our gorgeous smelling toasted oats and pecans. I'm just transferring them now to a large mixing bowl. And now we're gonna get busy on the actual recipe here. Okay, so next step, it actually says to combine the toasted oats, nuts, protein powder, cinnamon, applesauce, sugar blend, and flour into this bowl, but I'm gonna change that a little bit because, okay, I'm gonna actually do the wet stuff in this bowl. I'm gonna mix up the ½ cup of applesauce and 1 egg in this bowl. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll deal with the rest of it. Okay, so I'm setting aside the second egg I have taken out of the refrigerator just in case we need it, but now we're gonna get our dry mixture together. All right, so all that's in this bowl right now are the toasted oats and the pecans. So the recipe as it's written is calling for ½ cup of protein powder, which I don't know, it just sounds like a whole lot to me. So I am actually gonna reduce that by half to 4 tablespoons. Okay, which is ¼ cup. And I know, because I use this protein powder all the time, that the scooper that comes in it is 3½ tablespoons. So I'm just gonna kind of put a heaping scoop of it, which is probably about ¼ cup or 4 tablespoons. And it was calling for ¼ cup of the baking mix. And I'm actually using self-rising flour. I forgot to put the scoop right. So I'm gonna increase the self-rising flour to ½ cup to keep the wet ingredient to dry ingredient ratio, you know, in accordance with the recipe, even though I'm kind of swapping the ingredients. So, all right, let me get ½ cup of self-rising flour. A little bit more. All right, so there we go. All right, I'm gonna get everything mixed up, and fingers crossed, everybody. I almost forgot cinnamon. All right, so it's calling for a teaspoon, right? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna eyeball a teaspoon. All right. Okay, so I've got my dry mixture all mixed together, and now we're gonna go ahead and get the sugar in here. It really smells fantastic. All right, so I'm also gonna point out that I did not do what they told me to do with the eggs. They said it was supposed to be egg whites only, so they actually used a mixer to kind of froth them up. I just did this traditional, mixed my applesauce and my vanilla and my egg together like a wet mixture with a fork. Not doing all that. So, all right, so now everything's all together. Here goes nothing. Let's get this, let's turn this batter, or let's turn these ingredients into a batter. Okay, well, here we are, and this is really dry. So I'm really tempted to add another egg. And I can already smell that kind of funky smell from the protein powder. And if you use protein powder on a regular basis like I do, you know what I'm talking about. I'm glad I reduced it because I think it would have been overwhelming. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more egg. I'm gonna whip it up in this bowl and then put it in here. So now we're putting 2 eggs into this mix. Okay, so after adding an extra egg, there we go. It's still very thick, but it's not as dry. It was super dry. All right, so now the recipe says that this this amount of batter will make 12 muffins. I have my muffin tin here all ready to go. And it says to put a 1/4 cup of batter into each cup. So we're gonna do what it says, at least in this department. All right, there we go. This is almost like a baked granola or a baked oatmeal, kind of. So, all right, guys. So I'm just gonna get them filled up. I have reduced the heat on the oven now to 350, and then it says once we pop these into the oven, 350 for 15 minutes or until golden. All right, so see you back here. I'll show you the final product. Okay, so this is where I'm at. It did not make 12. I think I might have been packing them a little too tightly into this little cup. So I'm just gonna take a little bit from each one and fill these up and get it evenly distributed out, and then into the oven for 15 minutes they go. Okay, so here are my 12 protein applesauce muffins. Let's see, can you guys hear this? Man, it's coming down today. It has just been raining and raining and raining here. So nothing better than baking on a rainy day. All right, let's get these puppies in the oven. Okay, well, they are all done, and here they are in all their glory. They smell absolutely delicious. After they cool down, I'm definitely gonna try one. I can't wait to try one. But I was really thinking in my head, like I was imagining, you know, a muffin. And these are definitely like baked oatmeal muffins, not like a, you know, a cakey muffin. But anyhow, I have high hopes. I really think they're gonna be good. Okay guys, so now the moment I know I've been waiting for. I want to try one of these, so let's pick one. Let's see, have a look here. They're very heavy, actually. I can already tell just by holding them that they're very dense. That was one. Just for comparison purposes, ooh, let's pick up another one. Same. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna tear into it. Definitely, I can tell these are going to be chewy. All right, so this is new. I don't normally chew a lot on camera, guys, so let's see. Who do we have? Definitely chewy. They're dry. They're still dry. A little bit bland too. In hindsight now, instead of adding an extra egg, I would add more applesauce. Definitely will be increasing the spices. The protein powder is, I'm sure, one of the reasons they feel so dense. You can really taste the toasted pecans. They're just a little, I'll be doing these again. I love the concept. Y'all know I love baked oatmeal too. I've got actually a few recipes for baked oatmeal on my blog and on the channel. I adore baked oatmeal. So I love the idea of the muffins. But this particular recipe, before it actually gets written up and put on the blog, or before, yeah, they're super dry. I mean, so dry. So this would definitely fill you up, you know, get your day started for a couple of hours, but I'm not gonna say there's a lot of joy in these cups. So look for this again on the channel coming up. It'll be heavily tweaked next time. So we're gonna add a little extra sweetness. We're gonna make sure they're moist. I do like the protein powder, Emma. I've been all about protein, extra protein into our breakfast and things. So love the concept. I'm not feeling this particular recipe, but anyhow, guys, I'm gonna finish my super dry, chewy muffin. Thanks for joining me on this little adventure. Yeah, we definitely need some work. But thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you really, really soon in a brand new actual recipe video. Take care out there. See you soon.